What is up, everybody? Welcome into episode 50 of the Brahma Bullpen. I'm getting a little choked up, a little excited. I'm a little happy. Episode 49 of the Brahma Bullpen last week was a pissed off episode. Episode 50? Absolutely not. Episode 50 is a celebration. Episode 50 is a celebration, baby. The Brahmas did it. We went into St. Louis, went into their dome, beat them, and got our first ever playoff victory. I will let you know right now, this is our 50th episode, and what better way to celebrate the episode than talking about the first ever playoff victory for the Brahmas. And it was over St. Louis. We've never beat St. Louis before. They were in the XFL. They were in the UFL this year. Never beat them before. We almost had them last week. We got them this week, baby. And not only did we get them, it was a pretty dominating victory. So thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about it. You know, we're only going to do one episode this week because, one, it's long. We got 13 videos in this episode, so we're going to break it all down and dig in the highlights. Two, we're not really going to do a preview for the championship game. If you want to see what some stats on Birmingham and see what I think about Birmingham, if you even give a crap about that, you can go back and look at episodes 46 and 47 where we broke down Birmingham. We beat them once in the Alamo Dome. Now we're going to play them for the championship game. Going to be a great game. Your boy Brahma Bullpen is going to be in the house in St. Louis. So, i.e., if any of you St. Louis fans, I know there's a couple of you haters that watch me. If you want to hate on me in person, I'll be up there at the game. All you got to do is not sell your tickets and go to the game. Don't be all butthurt and sell your tickets and don't go to the game. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, last year, me and producer went to the championship game here in the Alamo Dome. We did not sell our tickets for the XFL championship. We went and supported the league. I'm asking St. Louis Battlehawk fans to do the same thing. Let's support the league, man. We want this thing to survive. Did you not enjoy your season? Did you not enjoy basically being one of the top two teams in the XFL conference all year? Many people, including myself, had you as the number 2 team in the league all year. It just, when it came down to it and the Brahmas were healthy, we got our running backs back, we got our quarterback back, our defense was healthy. I think the only starter we were missing was A.J. Hindi. But, man, Corey Mayfield and Taze Tabor have been coming on this year, which really filled in that gap for us. Shout out to you guys. Much love. But, enjoy the game. Support the league, We're going to break it down. We're going to get into it. But before we go, I'm going to pop up this little video. Because it is summer and because fireworks are part of the 4th of July celebration, we do have a sponsor for our 50th episode, the second time we had a sponsor. Check out the graphics, pause the video, read it if you like. If you're in San Antonio, you won't find better prices or better product anywhere in town. Thank you to Bangers Fireworks for supporting the show, for supporting me. And that's it. The bills are paid. No more advertising for me. You can see I got a couple of new logos up here above my head. I got the XFL Conference Champion pennant, which I have ordered already, and it will be hanging on this wall as soon as it gets here. Now, they also have XFL Conference Championship shirts. I didn't order one because I'm a big guy. I could squeeze into a 2X. I make a 2X look like a medium. But they didn't have any 3X options, so I didn't order one yet. I probably will when there's a 3X option there, so I can celebrate our conference champion. But for sure, the pennant has been ordered. And then I got my Bangers logo up there, so appreciate Bangers for sponsoring us. But we're going to go ahead and get into the episode. Our defense was amazing, as it has been this second half of the season, pretty much all season. But, man, the last 4 or 5 games, these guys have been playing lights-out football. And even the games we lost, it wasn't because of the defense by no means, which makes me question what St. Louis was thinking. But leading up to the game, Coach Phillips was interviewed, and he said, we kept some things, out of the game plan offensively and defensively so that we could have a little leg up on St. Louis. And obviously St. Louis was doing the same exact thing. They were trying to hide things. They were trying to sneak things in, whatever they could do to get that little leg up to make it to where they would have the advantage over the Brahmas, i.e. trick plays. But when you're playing a fast, aggressive, and tenacious defense, trick plays don't work all that well. So let's pop out. Let's roll our first highlight video of the game. This trick play in the first quarter.
The pitch, Sailors end around, and they try to do a flea flicker, but McCarron can't recover it. Looks like San Antonio may have gotten it. Tease Tabor, number 22, right there on top of the ball, and this San Antonio defense gets it back. Big mistake made by St. Louis.
And did you see the speed, Brock, up the field by that defense? There was so much going on in the backfield. They just ran up the field and blew the play up.
You know, Joel, I was chatting with Skip Holtz before the game, and I said, how do you attack a defense like San Antonio?
You don't, buddy. You don't try to attack a defense that's always attacking. You know what I'm saying? What you try to do is use their aggressiveness to your advantage. That's obviously not what you did there. A slow developing flea flicker play, that's not the way you attack a fast defense, right? We get the ball back after that trick play, and then what happens? This is what happens.
It's loud on third down. Garbers, end zone, touchdown, wide open. Marquez Stevenson, and San Antonio's on the board first.
That was a beautiful play. He was playing, the depth where you throw it over the linebackers, but in front of the cornerback, right? You're playing that perfect little zone, trying to float it in there. Earlier in the first quarter, Chase tried that with a little bit less room closer to the end zone, and we wind up getting the ball picked off with a great play by the St. Louis Battlehawk defender. It wasn't even a bad throw by Chase Garbers. It was just didn't quite get the elevation on the ball, get it quite to the receiver, and they were able to pick that off. This was a perfect example of that. And I don't think I talked about it before, but, we're celebrating here. So we went with a Red Label Lone Star. We went with a Texas beer. And we went with beer because St. Louis is known for beer. So I'm looking forward to going to breweries while I'm up there. And then I went with the Red Label, which is like we consider the leaded version of Lone Star. I drink mostly the Blue Label, which is Lone Star Light, because I'm old or getting old. And, everybody who watches this is over the age of 35 knows what I'm talking about. You get over 40, it gets worse. 45 gets worse. 50, downhill. But anyways, I'm celebrating with a cold Red Label. Actually, we had a watch party here, and producer Lefty's here, so I'm drinking producer's beer. Thanks, producer. Sucker. But Brahmas get another stop right after that Stevenson TD. We got to see some of this other beautiful action by Chase Garbers.
He's looking right through a hole. Justin Smith
Levels.
Wide open. It doesn't get much easier than that. Touchdown.
Wide open. I don't think he was wide open, but look at this throw. Look at the levels. Look how close the defender is to picking that ball off. Look at the safety missed a tackle. He wasn't wide open. It was a great throw. They interviewed Chase Garbers after that play, and he said it was literally inches away from being a horrible play, but it wound up being an awesome play. What an amazing play. Justin Smith was able to make the guy miss, get into the open field. No one was catching him. He's fast. And it's funny, right? How do we react as fans? Well, the Brahmas social media guy posted this on their channel, and I think this is like the perfect reaction from a fan. Just read his lips. Here we go. Oh, man. I was saying the same thing, but in a positive manner. He was saying the same thing, but in a negative manner. But what a close play. What an amazing catch and run after the play. It was awesome. And, we didn't just win because our offense was doing good. Our defense was playing amazing like they always do. So we were playing well in both facets of the game. In fact, we play well in all three facets of the game, including specialties, which has been an oddity for us lately. And we're going to show those highlights later. But let's enjoy some of the beautiful defense from the game. Watch this Nelson play right here.
Sailors caught in the backfield. Couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage before Garrett Nelson grabbed him right around the ankles.
And Brock, they're
just
getting single high safety, which means all these guys, eyes in the backfield. There's 5 linebackers, 3 defensive linemen. There's 8 in the box.
Tackling on number 80 on the offense. We're playing a cover 1, which means 1 safety just in case they pass the ball. Everyone else is playing man on man, hat on hat, and up on the line of scrimmage. So realistically, the only person that wasn't covered on that play was the quarterback, right? So we had all the O-linemen covered up. We had all the wide receivers one-on-one. We had a running back one-on-one. And Nelson was able to just fight off that block, that illegal block that wasn't called, and make the tackle. One of the things I do want to say about this game, there are people on social media, talking smack. That's what you do on social media. I might have talked a little smack about AG, but he'll get over it. I'm a nobody. I can say stuff. But anyways, they were saying that the refs cost the game. One guy messaged me on X and asked me how much we paid the refs. Let me tell you some stats right here. San Antonio was called for 4 penalties for 25 yards. That is a pretty clean game. And obviously, we probably committed more penalties than that, but they didn't call it. But in order for us to have paid off the refs, you would think we would pay them off to our advantage. St. Louis was only called for 3 penalties for 25 yards. One less penalty than us. So if we paid them off the wrong way. And I'll tell you that I like that. There was a couple of plays that I saw, like holding on the O-line. I guess you could pretty much call holding on almost any play, but sometimes we were real close to getting a sack and just barely missed it. And I was like, I think he was holding. But, I guess you'd rather it not be called than be called regardless. And as long as they're calling it even, which I feel 25 yards each is pretty damn even, that's just great execution on our part. So, way to go. And speaking of great execution, I would like to show Savion Patton's first sack of the game. The official stats for him right now show he only had 1 sack, but I have 2 clips of 2 different sacks here, so I would imagine that would be getting updated at some point. And I will say that I do apologize for mispronouncing his name last weekend, or last episode. I apologize. It's pronounced Savion, even though, it starts with a C, so I was fooled. But Savion, let's watch this man's sack.
McCarron can't find anybody and is wrapped up. Second sack made by the San Antonio defense. Savion Patton this time. And once again, they shut St. Louis down.
Yeah, and
once again.
To be honest, this passing concept, they're going to get a big seam here and a big seam here with where the defense is spread out. And at that point, someone's got to settle down at the line to gain and give the numbers to the quarterback.
What a great job by Joe Klatt showing the seams up in the middle and the great coverage by the Brahmas. We would call that a coverage sack, but we don't want to take anything from Savion. He fought that guy one-on-one for what had to feel like minutes, just fighting, 2 big dudes fighting at the line of scrimmage. It finally got loose and got that sack. What an awesome deal. The next play we're going to show is Garbers. We're going to highlight our offense a little bit. We've had some quarterback struggles. Garbers had hot games. Garbers had bad games. Dormady came in and played well sometimes and then had some turnover issues. And sometimes he was kind of a gambler, liked to put the ball up, get it in. Maybe sometimes he got in a little bit of trouble with it. But let's watch some beautiful quarterback play here.
Garbers caught by Stevenson, and he breaks the tackle. Out to the 45-yard line, gain of 19, and they hold on and move the chains.
Move the chains, baby. Move the chains. You see how close that ball was to being picked or hit again? Watch this ball go right over the defender's hands. Right over the defender's hands. Tight windows. Garbers had a great day passing the ball. He went 15 for 21, which is 71% completion ratio, had 2 TDs. We did talk about the INT he had, but more TDs than INTs and a 71% completion ratio is amazing. But I don't think Garbers is the reason we won this game. I think that one of the biggest reasons we won this game is our rushing attack. And let's highlight some of our wonderful running backs that were injured last week and are back healthier than ever. Let's start off with this run by Mr. McFarland. And when you make runs like this, it's Mr. McFarland to you, Battlehawk fans.
McFarland, wide open field, speed, gone. Touchdown, just like that. 69 yards on the run. And
game changer. Game changer. Me and producer were watching that game here in the cow pasture in the bar. And we were talking like so many other runs. He was a shoestring tackle away from breaking it. And we were telling each other like he's going to get one. He's going to get one. And then boom, what did he do? He done went up and got one. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just McFarland. Let's see what the Bruiser did. Let's see what our number one leader in rushing yards for the Brahmas did for the season. He was the number one leader in rushing yards for the season. Let's see what he did in this one game.
Love it.
Ooh,
First down,
circle
San
button.
Antonio and more. Another big run by this Brahmas offense.
We got to give some love to the running backs, but also those runs don't happen without O-line play. Okay, our O-line play was phenomenal. Those guys did an amazing job. Can't say enough about the work they put in, but look at these stats right here. McFarland, 115 yards, a touchdown, average 10.5 yards per carry. Look at Lovett, 89 yards, 4.6 yards per carry. The team overall rushed for 240 yards. We lost some yards due to sacks and tackles behind the line of scrimmage. So net yards, 213. Let me tell you, that has more bearing on you losing this game, St. Louis fans, than the refs. Okay? I'm just throwing it out there. And then we were talking about my boy Savion and 2 sacks. And they only got him listed as 1 in the official stats right now, right before we're recording this. But I got another highlight of my boy getting another sack. Watch this. Holding. Maybe he'll wind up getting half a sack for that. But I think he definitely gets scored a sack there. So you can see our defense was playing great. Our offense was playing great. And now we are going to show the highlight of our field goal, our special teams. Santoso had missed 5 field goals leading into this game. 5. One of them with a chance to win a game last week. And let's just say that he came through.
He's going to try this for 45 yards.
Bam.
It's up and it is through.
Right down the middle. He went 2 for 2 in field goals after missing 5 in a row. Way to go. Before we get out of here, I do want to mention Wyatt Ray, Prince Emili were the other 2 people with sacks. Emili was credited with 2. Ray was credited with 1. We had 4 sacks in the game. AJ got banged up a little bit. He was able to come back in and finish the game. Good for him. We were a little critical of AJ and how he was asking the refs for support in the last game. But there wasn't near as much sideline nonsense going on this game. I didn't see Beck barking up the referee's tree, so to speak, all the time. I didn't see AJ constantly whining about every play call. I feel like it was a good competitive game, and I feel like the best team won the game. And before we go, I do want to show a couple of pictures of the post-game stuff, and one of them is of Wade Phillips and the team celebrating. Let's go ahead and watch that.
That's how St. Louis' season will end. And San Antonio wins the
I didn't say that. That was someone else.
for Wade Phillips.
Look at Scott, man. Look at all these guys. Look at them all. Look at my boy Millette. There's Savion again. Look at him. Dude, tell me those guys don't love Wade Phillips like a grandpa or something. Like, I'm not saying that just because he's old, right? But he's got that demeanor to him where he just seems super likable. You can tell these guys are not only playing for themselves, they're playing for Wade Phillips, the other coaches, and the city. But definitely there's some chemistry going on in the locker room. Congrats to Wade Phillips. Congrats to the Brahmas. And then what happens when you win games like this? Look at that. Tell me the spring football doesn't mean something to these guys. Right? Tell me it doesn't mean something. What an amazing game. What an amazing feeling. I can't wait to get to St. Louis. I took a bunch of days off work. I'm going to go up there and go brewery tours and watch football and hopefully crash a tailgate or two. Hopefully someone up there from St. Louis will still have a tailgate. And then, as always, we want to pop up our little podcast list. If you guys want to catch some episodes about other teams, Tell Me About It already released their breakdown of both playoff games. So if you want to hear something from the other game that happened, go check them out. Stallions Run will be getting posted this week as well. Go check them out. And our little preview here before we get out of here, a graphic put out by the league. Sunday, June 16th in St. Louis, 5 p.m. on Fox. The Brahmas are going to be playing the Stallions for the championship. I will tell you the Stallions better be careful because St. Louis is now considered Cow Pasture North. That's right. You heard me. I said it. That's our house. We own it. We went up there and we took it. So welcome to Cow Pasture North, Birmingham Stallions. Remember what happened when you were in Cow Pasture South, i.e. the Alamo Dome? Be ready, baby, because the Cow Pasture's coming for you. With that, thanks for watching. I'm going to have me another drink of a cold beer. I'm going to go start packing, getting ready to go up to St. Louis to watch the Brahmas beat the crap out of Stallions and win the first ever professional championship for the city of San Antonio. I repeat, the first ever pro football championship is on the line for San Antonio. Brahma fans from San Antonio, let's travel to St. Louis. St. Louis fans, help us out. Let us crash your tailgate and go to the game with us. We can all unite with the desire of the Stallions losing. Let's get out of here, baby. Let's end it with a nice horns forward. Let's go XFL Conference Champion Brahmas. Get the win. Let's finish it out, boys. Let's go Brahmas.